नशा हो गया इंसानों इसके अंदर, नशा हो गया इंसानों के। Hi, Dirinder. Hi, Neil. Good evening, guys. Um, Hi, Sridhar. Hi, Saurabh. Welcome back. I hope you had a great time, Saurabh. Hi, Kamal. Hi, Ravneet. Good evening. Let more people join in and we'll talk. Oh, hi, Vijay. Hi, Radhika. Hi, Nilesh. Good evening, guys. Sat Shri Akal, Bala Sahab. Hi, Praveen. Hi, Justin. I'll just stop the music. I was having good time on the music. Uh, so today market did what was expected from it, and Nvidia, which I mentioned yesterday, uh, something is fishy, and it got the traction on the downside, on the expected lines. Hi Ganesh, hi Misi. Thank you guys for joining in tonight. So tomorrow we have a very important economic data, which is the job numbers, which will have some impact onto the market. And one more thing which I want to discuss with you is regarding the debt of US government. So tomorrow we have, like, today I mentioned that we had what do you call the PMI's number, which were meaningful and had an impact. Like today 9:45 we had slowdown in services like S&P services. Expectations were 51, they came out as 50, and on the manufacturing it showed strength, which market didn't like, because if they strengthen the manufacturing, it will add to the inflation as well as it will add to the jobs. So hi Vivek, hi Nilesh Bhai, hi M46 466Y, M46. Hi Srini. So this was not liked by the market. One important thing which I really want to share with you all is, if you remember, I talked about that mid-September or early October, we will see some serious trouble on the banking side. And with all the economic data uh, coming as a catalyst to showcase a very big downside, I think everything is falling in place. And let me open one data point. I follow a letter, Colibc. Yes. Let me just open that data point and then I'll show you. Yes. So if you look at this, like people who say that the Fed balance sheet is not important at all, and it's not gonna do anything. Look at the amount of interest per day US government is paying against all the bonds which they have issued. Like Fed is printing the money against these bonds. Now government has to pay this kind of interest, $1 billion per day. Now that has doubled to 2 billion per day. Now next year, okay, look at this number. Next year, 31% of the bonds are going to get matured. And the new interest rate is not 0.25. It is 5.25 if you look at the yields. If US government have to start paying interest with this yield, it will be a massive, massive, massive problem. That's like 20 times roughly the interest what they are paying now towards what they will be paying in the next year. So if you are thinking about long-term investment, thinking that yes, this is going to be a bull market, this is going to, just be cautious. This is all going to impact all the banks, real estate, everything will be hit by this. People are, that's why, like, if you understand from Jerome Powell, his main goal is to reduce the liquidity so that if liquidity is reduced, they can reduce the balance sheet. If they can reduce the balance sheet, they have to pay less interest. These two things are interconnected. I will spend some time, maybe later, one thing start to clear up. But this is the problem which is setting up. For last 15, 20 years, we do not had a recession from 28 to 2020. 2020 was a 1 or 2 month meltdown, and then we retraced and then we bamboozled on the highs. But this problem is going to suffice and it's going to remain. Also, the interest rates are not going away. They are going to stay until 2024. I expect one more hike, which everybody is ruling out. They were ruling out last time as well. I expect one more hike, maybe one more hike into the new year, because inflation is coming back. The spending power is getting hit. The student loans and the home moratoriums have started, will be starting from 1st October. That is also going to have a substantial impact on the market. So from a longer term perspective, do not invest anything. Try to keep hedge if you have long-term portfolios so that you do not get butchered. Do not buy stocks which are just falling, assuming it will bounce. They will not. If they are not bouncing now, why will they bounce tomorrow? Okay. If you are looking into investments, only invest into SPY or triple Q ETF, because eventually that will grow. Maybe one of the stocks may not grow, other may not grow, but SPY and QQQ will always grow. So keep on accumulating them. If you get dip, it may be 2 year, 3 year, 5 year. JK, there is very much doubt on that. It's not baked in. It's only 22%. So there is much more. September hike is for me guaranteed, because the first and most important factor into the September hike is crude. If we compare September on September, like if I go into month on month, that will give us a clear picture. This is September, right? August, where we had the crude between 80 and 83, 77 to 83, 84. If we go back to August, the crude was down. Crude was 73 to 61. Okay, and that was a low. So until now, if you were comparing year on year, we were coming down. But if you start to compare year on year, month on month, you will see that the crude prices have started to go up and they are on the verge of a breakout, which I mentioned cup and handle. Now, this should, like, this is the morning star on the monthly candle. This should go high up to 99. Ganesh Kumar, you need to find your stocks and you need to find a better hedge. I cannot figure out that. And that's something you need to. I can only give you an idea that you need to find some hedge. You need to find that by yourself. I expect 99 to hit on crude. If that hits, CPI is coming back. Rentals have never gone. See, one problem with higher interest rates is less or low number of affordable housing. What it does is pushes the rents higher. Rents were higher throughout last 1 year. Crude came down, food inflation came down, but now rents have gone higher or remain higher, persisted higher. Crude has went up. Okay. Medical bills have growing. Car prices have come down. Also, the airline ticketing is off season, so they went down. But these three factors are the biggest factors. The amount of energy or amount of crude which has risen, that's about more than 20% from 70, it's 86, 87. So more than 20% it has risen. Medical bills have grown, rents have persisted throughout the year. All this is a recipe for a higher inflation. Okay. That's the one factor which Fed is worried about. It will be a cash 22 situation for Fed. Second thing is the jobs. Last time the jobs number which came, they were substantially lower and market cheered that. Finally, jobs are coming down. Okay, but tomorrow we have jobless claims. I'm explaining all this so that when we are discussing tomorrow or when we are looking at the data tomorrow, we know what to do. So tomorrow we have initial jobless claim 235 is the expectation. If it is more than 235, you will see some bounce in the market, cheering it up. It may not sustain. Like I would say, it may do a back test towards 44.95 because that's the breakdown area we saw today. If this comes out much higher, like 275, 280, then we can break out that 4495 area. But if it is around 240, 245, then I think a small jump and then we'll give up. If it comes lower than 235, we are going down. We are going down and we are going down with strength. So keep in mind 235, if it is higher to 240, 245, we will go up and then fade away. If it is above 260, 270, we will go really, really up, like towards 45, 47 area. That's about 2% move. If we are below this number, we are going down. But same goes for productivity. Higher the productivity, negative is for the market. Lower the productivity, better is for the market. So keep an eye on these numbers because this is the second most important factor for Fed. The job employment, the job growth, the wage inflation, and the productivity. This will have substantial impact on the market. I started this live session 10 minutes early because I wanted to cover this. This is going to play a very important role tomorrow. So it's going to happen right before the market opens. So there's nothing we can do unless and until if you're carrying something. I'm only carrying Moderna, which I recommended. Moderna is looking better. So I'm only carrying Moderna. Now for tomorrow, as I said, watch out for these numbers. Do not rush into the market. This market is very crystal clear market. If you play by the levels, you will not lose. Like today, if I go into my sheet, right? I myself did not follow the plan. I went into AMD. I mentioned buy only above 111.30. It stayed there only for 15 seconds and then dumped. But or I will say the greedy part of me, I went and I bought right there at 110.50, and then I lost 3,000 on it, which is a rubbish trade, a stupid trade. If I'm not following my own levels, then it means I'm playing with my emotion. So, which is wrong. Otherwise, Nvidia was my short, which I recommended everybody. It came to 467. I explained everything about Nvidia. I explained everything about Apple in the last two sessions. And see, boom, 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 they are down. All right. So let's start. The, let's start from the scan. Let's start from open low high scan. Let's see what managed. Oh, SPX. Excellent. So this is one of the most important factors. If you are a day trader, just keep a watch on this. Whenever, and I'm telling you whenever, and this thing never fails. Whenever you have SPX, open equals to high, never buy calls. You can test it, try it, and you will love it. Whenever SPX is equal to open and high, when they are same, never ever buy calls. You will not fail. Whenever open equals to low, never buy puts. Again, I'm repeating. This is a very, very important thing. Whenever you have SPX open equals to high, never buy calls. Whenever you have SPX open equals to low, never buy puts. If you follow this, and now imagine, you know this at 9:45, that today is the day for buying puts, because you're not going to buy calls. How would it change your trading? You will see Nvidia fade. You will see Apple fade. You will see Meta fade. You will see AMD fade. You will see Tesla fade. You will see Google fade. There's no time frame now where it's on. See, whenever price is open, it opens at 9:30. You cannot have a time frame for it. It is the price which opens at 9:30. Have this built in your scan system. Keep an eye on this. If it works, you will make serious money. Sarah, it's a stupid question. I have mentioned multiple times. I do not use pre-market. They are the most confused pieces. I never use previous day. It's simple, simple, and simple. Write 9:30 on that day. There's nothing about anything from the previous day. Right at 9:30, what do you see on SPX? If you see open price and high prices are same, wait until 9:45, see if that sustains. If it does, that's it. You do not have to consider anything. You just have to wait if this price persists or if it breaks down or not. First, start using it. Once you start using, see, problem is You are just not ready to understand one basic thing. This equation will run at 9:30, come back at 9:45 and check whether you have SPX still valid or not. If it is not, then there's no point. If it is, go for it. Like usually I do not even wait for 9:45, but I recommend people to use 9:45 because you are new traders, you need time. This will give you a clear opportunity because from 9:45 to 4, you have many hours to trade. So if you know today is not the day to buy the calls, you can always buy the puts at any time. Try to keep things very simple, very light. Do not complicate pre-market bullshit, after hours bullshit. You cannot make money in pre-market, bull market, after market. You're only going to make money on options, and options are traded at 9:30. Simple. Then let's look at inside day. And sometimes I'm very candid. You may not like my way of speaking, but that's how I am. I do not like laziness. So Microsoft is inside day. Let's make a note. Inside day week, inside day. Tesla is inside day. Netflix is inside day. Tesla is double inside day. Double inside. AMD is also inside day. Netflix is inside day. Wow, so many inside day. AMD is inside week, inside day. And one thing, right? I'm sharing all these information or useful experiences so that you do not make mistakes which I have done. Nobody came and helped me. I lost enough money to come to across these points so that I can share. So if you find me a little harsh, take it with a grain of salt. I am thinking positive for you so that you can make good money. You do not make losses. Okay. My intention is very clear. Nobody taught me like you can spend hundreds and thousands of dollars into the groups, into discords and this and that. Nobody's going to share what I'm sharing with you. Very simple, very meaningful, practical experience. Zoom is inside day. So even if I make losses, I know how to recover. Thank you, Sham. All right, that's the inside day. And let's start with the bullish candle patterns. WWE, I am not interested in WWE. Bearish candle patterns, none. All right, guys. So inside days are there. So we'll start from ES. Now let's look at the sheet as well. So today we had 44.95. We went down to 44.58 and then we recovered. We came almost close to 12 EMA, 44.70, but we never closed above it. Same thing for NQ. We went down to 15,500. We made the low 318. I posted the chart at the time and it went down. Triple Q, same thing, 374. We hit that. All right. Apple, it achieved everything. I was showing you the dodgy in the top. See, it worked out. Same thing for AMAT. Dodgy on the top, it went down. It made money. AMD, I was the idiot. I made the mistake. Amazon gave you a dip at 135. BA hit 217, 216 to the point. Went down. See, I cannot be right on all these things. It's just the levels. If you trade with the levels, Like AMD, it's not the analysis mistake. It's my emotional mistake. Whether I try to be smart and jumped before the level came. And that's why I paid the price. What we did was right, but what we executed was wrong. That's what I'm saying. If you analyze it properly, if you keep your emotion side, you'll be able to make money. So I was able to recover in Tesla because it came to 246. That was my second target. And then I went long and I went to 250 and I closed my short. So I recovered. I went down short on Nvidia. I made the money and I recovered my losses. Okay. Baba still in that range. CRM failed. Google failed. Meta went to 296 and bounced. Microsoft worked. Netflix, I would say it tried for a few minutes, but then it failed. Nvidia worked. Roku went up and then came back and filled the gap. So tomorrow Roku will be a watch. Snow never worked. Zoom never worked. So all these things are right there. Thank you, Mr. Patel. All right, let's go to ES now. And you remember, I posted about 4520 multiple times on the Twitter. And there are people who will keep on posting, oh, we are in a bull market, this and that. Levels are there for a reason. They are based on the price action, which is these candles. So they are not easy to break. 4520 is a solid, strong level. Now we have lost 12 EMA, we have lost 34 EMA, and we are below 12 and 34. The market is showing us negative momentum. So this is all negative. If you look into the Heikin Nishi candle, this is the second candle after the first flat. So yesterday we had the first flat. Today we have the second day flat. EMA is down on the 30 minutes. So net bias is negative. But what I need now is, because right now we are trading around 44.75, 44.77, 44.75 will be a tough ask because that's the 12 and 34. If this act as a resistance, we'll continue our journey back. If this act as support, like if we go above this area, we will see some push towards 44.95. But I really want to short this market. So first is sell, I would say near 44.70, stop loss 44.76. Now today it went down and broke this level. So let's look out for today's low 4447. So first target is 4447, then 4425. It's an evening star, and then the evening star is confirmed second flat top. And now you can see if you're trading second flat or the flat top on Heikin Nishi candle is such a simplest way to look at the trade. But people will use multiple, like I've told everybody, don't use 1 minute, 2 minute, but they'll keep on using and they'll keep on booking losses. They will not understand that the more time you give to a candle, the much cleaner the candle will become. This is a very simple suggestion, which I share with everybody, but no, you will, like I've tested now 7 years on 15 minutes and 30 minutes. People are not going to use the experience which I'm sharing. They are going to define a new candle because they saw somebody on the Twitter showing hundreds of millions of dollars of gains. They are not going to use 15 minutes. That will give ample time. If there is a spike up and down, they will cut down their stop losses without even worrying about the money. They think, oh, they are smart. Again, it's your prerogative. I cannot do anything, but I'll still say 15 minutes and 30 minutes are the best time frame for a candle during intraday. If you try another thing, it's up to you. Now, my bias is negative. It's evening star confirmation. So now we should see two flat bases. So we had one yesterday. Today is the second one, which will carry on to tomorrow. and then the third. Again, like as I explained last time, Mr. Patel, I believe in Fibonacci, which is the arithmetic equation. 12 and 34 are the Fibonacci numbers. I use that 50. It's up to you. Thank you, Sand Dollar. Thank you very much. Guys, again, I have to say this. If you are like getting some information from my channel, the only thing I would like is give me a like and share. That's the only thing I can ask for. If you can do that, I'll feel I'm being listened to. So if you want to buy, as I said, 44.76 is your stop loss. Buy above 44.80. Only above. Your target will be 44.95. That will be the first back test. And then 45.20. That's the max it should go. And that can only happen if the job numbers are really, 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 really low. If jobless claim comes like 300, that's a very low job number, meaning high jobless claims, that will push the market. Otherwise, we are going down. And 43.95. NQ. I'm not going to cover bookmap on ES today because I've spoken a lot and I don't want to waste your time. So ES, we're done. Now let's move to NQ. NQ is a clear dodgy at the top. Now you all know dodgy is a very important thing. Dodgy at the top shows you the change of trend. It's a death candle at the top. So it's followed by a massive red candle, which was 38.2 Fibonacci, which is right there, and the 12 EMA. It tested that and it bounced. Now, if I have to trade, I'll be selling at this area because this was my low, this was my high, this was my open. This is a good price action. And if I go back here, this was also in this line. So this should act as a step of resistance. So let's see what is the dollar value here. It's around 430. All right, so let's clear this. Sell, my stop loss is 15,430. Sell near 15,375 to 400. Target 15,318, which is a 38.2 Fibonacci. If we lose this, then I don't think so we'll have support. We'll see 140. 15,140 is a trend confirmation on the NQ. So today it's 60.40. So it never broke above 61. It did a back test. So there's nothing positive here on NQ. So rejection by, it was possible. Now it's the rejection from 606. Dodgy converted into an evening star on daily. Hi, Vani. Good evening. So these are on the downside. On the upside, we need to buy about 15,465. Stop loss 15,430. Target will be 15,540 and 15,606. But my bias is short, neutral to short. Triple Q. And again, like every magic, it came and they always come and test the 12 EMA. That's the magic of 12 EMA. It broke down 374 and then lost the regression channel. But finally, end of the day, it recovered. It tried to hold. So if I lose 374, let's go short. So stop loss is 374. If you want to be on a safer side, wait for 372.50. That will give you a much cleaner short. So sell below 372.60. That's the 12 EMA. Look for 370, 367.50. 370, 367.50. Law rejection by, possible rejection by, because it's not yet. Possible rejection by 38.2 fib. No positive comments. Triple Q on the positive side, if you want to try with a stop loss of 374. If you're really, really keen, 374. Where you should buy? You should buy above this blue line, which is 375.30. 377.25 and 379. That's the area for ES, NQ, and triple Q. We'll look at CAT. Wait. We'll do that. Apple. Now, who remember I've been telling Apple about the big down move? Yes. Give me a yes on the chat if you remember that I've been talking about this death sign on Apple for last 2 days. Today, yes, the news came in, but it was a complete rejection. Are you entering 15? Yes, Mr. Jess. 15-minute candle close is my confirmation to enter. So give me a comment so that I know you're focusing on Apple. Remember this death cross. It's something which will be there when something is about to break. It came, it opened at 187, lost 187.70, and then boom. There is nothing in between. It did not stop. It came right at 183. The candle loves EMA. It came and tested the EMA, closed below this. Rejection by 61. Rejection by 61 will take it to 177. If Apple is not going to hold the market is not going to sustain. It's going to go down. So just remember few basic things and you will see a remarkable change in your P&L. All right. I see so many yeses. That's good. You're focusing. You're learning. Now, Apple is a rejection. Again, we're going to short it. No matter what everybody is saying, we should look what the chart is telling us. 183.40 is my stop loss because it's 61.8 Fibonacci. So rejection. Evening star on daily. Now, I should sell below or sell near 183. If I get a chance towards 183, it closed around 182.90. Let's see how it opens in the morning. Ganesh Kumar, I don't know what do you mean by death cross. You must have seen that on CNBC or an article. I don't know. There is no death cross. These are 12 and 34 EMA. So do not invent things. That's why I'm telling you, focus on learning the basics. Do not go by the fancy word. It doesn't add anything into your pocket. Target. Now, we know rejection from 61 is always going to end up at 38. Now, we have a target of 180 and 177. Let's target that. People will tomorrow will say, oh, there's an event, it will not fall. It will fall. It will still fall. if it is going higher, it will still fall. They are going to raise the prices of Apple products. That's the rumor. Dodgy. It's not dodgy. So these are my levels. Now, in case Apple tries to break and go higher, try a shot with the middle of this candle, this entire body. I'll tell you a very simple uh, shortcut. If you're not sure what to do, always look at this candle. Go with the half. Like this is open and this is closed. Divide this number by 2. That is your pivot or stop loss. If you are trying short, that's your area to short. If you're trying long, that's your area for stop loss. Thank you, John. You are in my Telegram, John. I don't know any candle. If it is green candle or red candle, the middle of the candle is your stop loss. So that's good. Let's go to AMAT. AMAT was again, you see, dodgy. It's not a gravestone dodgy, it's a dragonfly dodgy. Because it's like in the lower end. It's not even the middle. It's around 40% middle, but not here, not here. So it's dodgy. It's going down. We like if you've seen simplest word, it's doing like this. It's like a megaphone. Okay, it's there, but it's confused. We are still away from that support or that Fibonacci area. So do the very simple thing. Let it go high to 154, short it again. So AMD sell on rise. I'll keep 154.50 as my stop loss. And try to buy puts in this range. I'm going to take out the blue from it because it has done the job. So it's going to be red only. And I'm going to this. So if it, man, like your stop loss is very small, it's like 50 cents. If it is able to hold at 50 cents, fine. We can go short. Otherwise, it's up to you whether to long or not. But it has done its job. AMD was a failure at 111 today. Again, it went right there and then managed to hold. It's an inside day, so it's getting very tricky now. I'm like getting very confused on AMD. What needs to be done? Either I will buy at 107 or I short at 111. I don't know. In this range, it's getting very, very tricky. It almost came to 100. I'll do one thing. I'll take a shot with today's area 108. I'll try to buy AMD near 108. Stop loss 107.60, which is my 12 EMA. It's an inside day. It's an inside day as well. Inside week. So if we look at the weekly candle, inside week, it's I think 108 will provide some serious support. I will say 108. It should provide some support. If it loses here, then it will go 99. There is a chill, Mr. Prakash. I cannot get over that chill. Uh, Amazon. Amazon is a inside day. It came right to my level. See, all these numbers which I mentioned, why they come right to the point? Because they are very nice Fibonacci equation numbers. Today low, exactly to the point 134.60. 134.60. This is an area, if we lose it, we should be in trouble. This is extremely solid stop loss. Now, if you want to try long about 135.75, which is the 12 AM. So now I want to buy above 135.75. If market tries to jump, as I said, there's a possibility market may jump. Amazon is my best take. BA has done the job. Exactly came to 216 area, made the low. Now, this is going to be really, really interesting. Let me just go into a larger time frame on, yeah, it lost the 12 EMA right there. And yes, so 216 is an area where if it holds, it might try to bounce. But right now it's a evening star on the month weekly candle, which is continuing. So BA, if you want to trade, again, it's not like one of the best setups, but if you want to trade, I really want to do a back test here. So there's a possibility, try long. So BA is now neutral because it has done the job. Buy above to 1890. Stop loss is 217. Target is 222.90, 224.65. Sell below. There's not much to sell below 218 on going. Baba is making 94. It's like hammer holding this area. So for Baba, I wanted to go above 95. If it does, things are good. Otherwise, I'm not trading Baba. Yes, Supra. CRM. CRM for, I don't know why it went strong along with Microsoft, but this is becoming warning star. So it had an opportunity to break. The 12 and 34 are in positive. It's just trying to hold the gap. It is above 61. It tried to break down. So it tried 38. It never reached there. Instead, it broke out and then closed above 61. So I should shut down onto my puts. CRM is now neutral. And one thing always remember, nothing goes from short into positive. It's always short, neutral, and positive, positive, neutral, and short. So CRM was short, now it is neutral. Buy above today's high, 222.25. Today's high will give me a confirmation. Stop loss is 221.60. Now we should be looking at the middle of this big candle, which is 224. That's the first aim, 224. And then the Fibonacci area of 225.65. Reason is reclaimed. Which is CRM is right there. Google Google. Google is a bearish engulfing. I anticipated it comes down. Uh, so it's a bearish engulfing. Come on, Google. Google is evening star on daily. Evening star. Yep, I think it's coming to a point. Uh, I would take one more stab on Google on shorting. If you want to buy Google, you can buy around 133. But I'll take one more stab. Meta made a higher high, higher low, back tested everything. It's ascending wedge. Like I never liked Meta. Same thing with Tesla. So every time it goes up, just short it around 300. That's the simplest thing I would say. It will give you an opportunity. It will go to 300 and then so these levels are still there for Meta. No changes. Microsoft is making a dodgy, but one thing which is Microsoft is doing, it's lingering onto this long-term regression line and allowing a consolidation in this range. I think if market has to go higher, that's a possibility because of the job numbers. Microsoft will lead it, not Apple. So this is a good area. I would say 328, 329. It's an inside day on Microsoft. So either it goes above 334. You can try long. 335, in fact. You can try long or buy it around 330. Stop loss is still 328. So for me, Microsoft is like still in this range. Either I will buy about 333, 335. It's an inside week right there. That's Microsoft. Netflix, inside day. If it goes above 446, I'm looking at 447. So Netflix will be the quick runner. It has filled these gaps solidly. So there's nothing left here from 395. There are gaps right here at 380 and at around 340, but that will happen if something fails. But as of now, Netflix is doing everything right to make sure it gains momentum. So this level is still there. I am positive on Netflix. This is going to be my blue trade for tomorrow. Nvidia was the evening star, lost 61, now towards 50. So 473 and 12 EMA will be very tough for Nvidia to grab. If it does, that will be a remarkable thing. But for Nvidia, 473.60 is my stop. It's the evening star continuation. Inside day up. Now sell on rise. If it comes between 470 to 472, if it comes here, even if you buy 2 lots in Nvidia, that should give you good ample opportunity. First target is 466. See, in fact, if I lose here, first target is 456 and then 442. Let's focus on that. Roku today gave up on everything which it had. It opened and then massive sell. So remember, I told you about Roku in the last few days, and I'll explain you with the diagram. Every time it does something, it goes up. Every time it does something, it goes up. Every time it does something, it opens up, goes up. It went higher and then gave up. But good part is it has filled the gap. Okay, so everything which is there is good. Now Roku can proceed. It held the lows, filled the gap, and now it's holding very nicely. So wherever we had this dodgy, that is an area for us to cross. 86, 87 is a good area for Roku. Yes, I'm looking at 110 target on Roku. So positive, my stop loss is now yesterday's high, which is 84, 16. Buy, if you want to buy and dip towards 85, 86. Look for 88, 50. That was my first target. And then look out for 94. 94 and 98. Shopify. Shop is consolidating. I did not even bother to check this. Is consolidating. It's holding that 65, 38.2 Fibonacci. It's holding it. So if it is holding it, it's gonna show some strength. If it holds 65, if Amazon is going to show strength, Shopify will show strength. 65 is the base. So Shopify is neutral. If it goes below 65, you can short, but buy above 66, stop loss 65. Sorry about that. Look for 68 and 70. And in case market reverses, like it goes negative, I'm still short on Shopify. Yadvinder Singh, hi, welcome. And I'm glad we still have 88 people in the live session. Give the thumbs up to yourself, guys. You're doing a good job. You're spending time on learning. It will pay you tomorrow. Snow. Snow is holding 155, 156. Like it's not able to cross here, and now it's making a dodgy in between. So this put me in a very precarious situation. I still wanted to go above 159.25. I'm not interested to try anything here. If it goes above 159.25, which is the 34 EMA, I'll take a long. Otherwise, I'm not doing anything. And I'm reducing it to neutral because it did not do anything. Tesla. Tesla is double inside day. But one thing is positive, the EMAs have crossed. So 246, 247 is now extremely solid support. It closed at 252 right there. So 250.5, or I would say 247.50 is extremely good support on 247.50. Extremely good support. I would say buy near 250 to 252. If you get this range, look for 250. If it is right there, 254, 259, 265. It's a double inside day up. It's a possibility we are holding this 247.50 very nicely. So extremely good area to recover. Now, if you have to sell below this area only, 247.20. 247.50 will be your stop loss. Sell below 247, 246. Look for 236 and then 230. That's on Tesla. Last in my list is Zoom. Zoom is holding 73. It's beautiful. So it's an inside day, closed higher than yesterday. Everything looks really, really great. No change on Zoom. So these are my levels for tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll use this level and do not trade like me, what I did on AMD. You have crystal clear levels. So when market is showing strength, go for Amazon, go for Tesla. Market showing weakness, short Nvidia, short Apple. Netflix is the best trade for tomorrow. And that's it. I can do this much. Now it's up to you how you want to use it. All right, I'm going to give you 5 minutes on the Zoom call because I have to finish my office work. So I am sharing the link. Join it and ask me any questions, but come with the charts or come with a proper question. Do not come with who said this and that. All right. You can join in. Do you like crowd? I like crowd. Yes, it recovered well after the earnings. And we have to cover CAT. So it's a close of 162. It should go into 170s to 180s. Yes, crowd should. I am not got a goat, Mr. Yadvinder. I'm simply a normal person. Yes, Mr. Nilesh Bhai.
Hey, Naval Bhai, good evening, and then thanks for everything that you do. I wanted to share my screen, if I could do that.
Yes, you can do that.
And I think someone on the chat kind of asked about this as well. So I've been kind of looking at CAD and industrial, and what I wanted to just kind of find out from you is, I noticed that today it bounced off the 12 EMA, and last time it came close to the 12 EMA, it also tries to test 34 EMA. So basically kind of what I was thinking of is if it opens above 282.85, that it will try to go up towards 290 and towards the all-time high. But if it opens below the 12 EMA, and say, for example, around 278, I was planning on shorting it and then letting it go to test the 34 EMA. And if it tests the 34 EMA, it keeps going down, I have a feeling that it'll try to do this gap fill that it actually formed during earnings time. So just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on CAT, and if kind of more what I'm thinking is making sense, or you have your other thoughts.
No, CAT is showing some reasonable strength. Even with the China news, it was managed to close green because CAT is a big player in the Chinese market. So if it is holding 12 EMA, it's giving you a very clear instruction. I'm not coming down. It's a very good area to accumulate. It will hit 300 plus in next few weeks. It's a slow and steady mover.
Yes.
So if you want to buy and hold and just hold it. You may try like October calls and then hold them.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. Is if it's above 282.85, I was just planning on just swinging this and holding it. So because I have a feeling you'll definitely try to hit the all-time high. So
it will break all-time high. It will go much higher than that. See on the left-hand side, the gap it created on the earnings, right?
Yeah.
It went higher and then made a doji at the top, 293.
Yeah.
But it never went below the first candle. Never. It held that 61.8 Fibonacci level all the time.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Okay.
It held it. So if it is holding it, it's actually making an inverted head and shoulders.
Okay, got it.
Tell me, how did you added these target? Did you manually put them or text?
Oh yeah, I just went into text. Kind of what I do on my charts is I just go in text and just put it in there. So it just gives me a visual. I know, but it actually helps me. So when I'm like trading, because I usually do scalping and stuff. So for this, it kind of helps me So, all right, I appreciate it. Thanks, Mike.
So tomorrow is also a cat and Netflix day. Keep an eye.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at cat and deer. Deer also looks pretty good.
Yeah, deer,
So,
cat, like deer, cat, they are one and same thing.
Like NyQuil? NyQuil don't cut you off. That's the one thing that help you.
Can you stop sharing? Let me control the screen. See who's speaking. Mr. If Raj,
कैसे की बोल तो सोचोगे
okay, we have done. Guys, any other person has any question? Again, Mr. Bella, I never recommend to use 1 hour candles, and I have no answers to that. If it is daily candle, yes, I can answer, but hourly candles, I do not trade. I only trade 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and that's what I use. I have Ashish, Justin, Nilesh Mehta, Sham. Guys, anything you have? You can unmute yourself and speak, or if you have anything to discuss, you can do that. But do one by one.
Hi Naval, good evening. Any comment on Adobe chart? It had an inside date also.
Yeah, Adobe has done a lot, so I'm just leaving it to consolidate. It is like it has done some massive move in the last few days, 520 to 570. So here I need some consolidation. So it may grind more here. I'll not be like, I give Adobe at 534, or in fact 525 was my level, if I remember, 525. And then from 525 to 575 was my target. It hit 570. Now I do not want to touch Adobe. It's an inside day, yes, but it will consolidate. It may not break out or break down. It will be here in this range. Like what happened here? After a big move, it consolidated into one earnings. Same thing. It will consolidate into earnings. It will not show you a big move. Anyone else? Just them.
No, yeah, Naval, can I share my screen?
Yes, you can share your screen.
Bear with me here. I want your feedback. I'm using let's see. It is not opening. Can you see?
Not yet. Do you have multiple screens?
Yes, I do.
Choose the one which is there.
Let's see. Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
it's coming then. Yeah.
So just, I'm getting new. I know you don't use TradingView, you use Thinkorswim, but just general feedback on these Fibonacci lines and this, what I would consider a somewhat of a continuation wedge, right? Somewhat bullish.
Yes,
And
it's
looking at the pattern of the daily candles, you can see that it has multiple days of red days or inside days followed by some positive days. I think this is bullish. I'm looking at Thursday, Friday to get back up to 224, 225.
that's what I mentioned in my sheet.
Yes. And do these Fibonacci lines match up to your Thinkorswim?
They will not, because I use Fibonacci in conjunction with Regression Channel. You may find a trend channel here in TradingView, and then you need to add some coefficients in that trend channel.
Right.
Manually. If you do that, that will really bring in close to what I use for my Fibonacci level. Because I base my regression channel, and on the base of regression channel, I find the lowest and the highest places and then define the Fibonacci.
Thank
But
you.
the view was right on BA. There is Caterpillar. Let me show you Caterpillar as well. So Caterpillar today came and tested the 12 EMA. It's holding that 1234 positive momentum. If you see this, it's the head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, setting up. It's really, really bullish on CAT. It tested the 12 EMA exactly to the point. So all in all, it's setting up for a good move tomorrow, CAT. Let's see if we have any flow on CAT. Nothing substantial, but 285 puts were sold. Keep an eye on 285. And this is not closed, so keep an eye. 310 calls are getting accumulated. Then I have TTD.
I'll buy quick.
1 second. TTD is a bullish pattern making a hammer. 82 is a stop loss. You can look out for 86, 87. Yes. Go ahead.
I'll buy IWM. I saw some flow on unusual whales. Just wanted to check with you. Some call buying.
IWM is 185. Tested the base. This was resistance or back test is good if it holds, which it did. Close of 186. It needs to cross 188 to show some. Right now, it should be sell on rise because it's evening star right there. But if 185.30 is held, we should see positive. Let me just go and check on flow. Which strikes you saw?
1 minute. I think it was 184. No, 185.
185 calls puts month. Is there only 185 calls for?
Yeah, this no, sorry, this is 187.5 call, 10.6 for 10.6.
10.6.
187.5.
10.6, 187.5.
Might be small, 300K. It's not very large.
I definitely see 186 calls, but not 187. 186 call for 913. They are being added right there at 185-ish area. So they are being accumulated. In the end, they got rid of it. 2100, 700, and 1500. So net, if you add them, 500, 500, 1000, 1500, 3500, about 4000, 5000 roughly. They closed it.
Okay.
That's what I see on IWL. And 98 was this week. 98 puts. These are the puts which are being bought, sold at 186. So 192. Somebody is really, really positive on IWM 192. But this is like multiple legs here. So I'm not sure. What's the other leg here? So I don't see any clear view on IWM. Till the moment it's holding 180, 5.3, it's good. That's the only thing I can see. 197, 922 calls. These are all sold, but these are very cheap. So there's hardly anything to make on them. Okay. Ashish, you need to come and share your chart. I'm not going to cover it.
Yeah, sorry. Listen, I was trying to so I have a question on how do you know that that one is sold calls from that this options?
If you will start attending these sessions, you will get to know. It's going to take time. It's not.
Oh, okay, sure, no problem. This is the first time I'm joining, so
So you have to participate here. Next time when I'm going through one of them in detail, you will understand how I.
okay, sure, no problem. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining in tonight. If no one is, Prakash, you have anything? You unmuted yourself. No. All right. Thank you. Thank you for joining in tonight. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.